Welcome to ETH Daily, a daily briefing on the latest in Ethereum. Here's your latest for Thursday, July 23rd, 2026. The SEC issues a comment on DeFi vaults, AFX Trade suffers a $24 million bridge hack, and Uniswap ships new V4 hooks. All this and more starts right after this message. ETH Daily sponsorships are now open. Reach over 10,000 Ethereum native subscribers every weekday. Learn more at ethdaily.io/ads. SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce published a statement warning that crypto vaults and on-chain lending strategies may be subject to federal securities law, and that participants should not assume moving activities on-chain takes them outside of regulatory scope. Vaults are smart contracts that allocate user assets to yield-generating activities, including staking and lending. The SEC claims vaults could constitute a common enterprise akin to investment advisors. Peirce also says that lending strategies could also involve notes that qualify as securities regardless of the underlying assets. Peirce advised parties involved in selecting yield-generating activities to analyze whether their activities imply securities law. AFX Trade, a perpetuals DEX on Arbitrum, was drained of approximately 24.15 million USDC. The stolen USDC was then bridged to Ethereum via CCTP and swapped for roughly 12,467 ETH, representing nearly all of AFX's TVL. Arbitrum's native bridge was not involved and was not compromised. AFX has paused the bridge and engaged Blockade, PeckShield, Slow Mist, and Zelic, and offered a white hat settlement to the attacker of 30%, approximately $7.2 million, in return for returning 70% of the stolen funds. And lastly, Uniswap Labs shipped two new V4 hooks, one for solving a core capital efficiency problem for market makers, and another for AMM liquidity to regulated asset issuers. The first, Dual Pool, is built in collaboration with Spark Protocol, and it keeps a Pulse capital parked in ERC 4626 yield vaults between trades and pulls exactly what is needed into concentrated liquidity the moment a swap arrives. The second hook is permissioned pools, which enforces allow lists at the protocol level, where every swap and every LP mint gets checked against an issuer-managed allow list before settling. The permissioned pools solution is designed for regulated asset issuers such as Superstate and Securitize. In other news, BitMEX is shutting down its centralized exchange after 11 years. The exchange will go offline on September 23, 2026. The Venus Bridge suffers another hack, and Phantom now supports Robinhood Chain. This has been a roundup of today's top news stories in Ethereum. You can support this podcast by subscribing and following us at ETH Daily. Also subscribe to our newsletter at ethdaily.io.